Thank you so much for that kind introduction. I sure do appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing this evening? All right, very good. Well, on behalf of the Institute of Interfaith Dialogue, I want to welcome you all with my utmost respect and greetings to the annual Friendship and Dialogue Dinner. As the introduction just mentioned, my name is Wendy Corona with KPRC Local 2, and since arriving here in Houston, I have become a friend of the Institute's, and I tell you, it has been quite an eye-opening experience, and so it is so neat to see that there are so many of you here this evening joining in this special night with us. I would like to start by introducing the Institute of Interfaith Dialogue and briefly speaking about why it is that this event is held every year. The Institute of Interfaith Dialogue is a civic organization whose primary goal is to help bring together the communities in order to promote friendship and fellowship, cooperation, partnership, and community service through dialogue and conversation. The Institute is dedicated to encouraging the study of global communities' spiritual traditions from the vantage point of respect, accuracy, and appreciation. Tonight's event puts us together around the theme of friendship, understanding, dialogue, and respect. We see this as a unique opportunity to come together, to celebrate our diversity, offer new friendships, and strengthen our relationships by enjoying and sharing the time, meeting new people, and of course, mingling with all the participants here tonight. The chairs, the host committee, planning committee, and the volunteers of the Institute have worked hard to make tonight special, enjoyable, and a unique experience for you all. Ladies and gentlemen, let us recognize our chair of tonight's event, Judge Ed Emmett and Gwen Emmett. I'd also like to recognize the members of the host committee at this time, Bob Bennett of the Bennett Law Firm, Robert Ivany, President of University of St. Thomas, Zachary Hodges, President HCCS Northwest College, D'Artagnan Babel, my date for tonight, the Vice President and General Manager of Fox 26 and My 20 KTXH TV. I'm totally kidding. I just ended up sitting next to him today. State Representative Dr. Alma Allen. Paul Lynch, the Consul General of the British Consulate General in Houston. Alan Matisow, Associate Director for Academic Programs of the Baker Institute. Ronnie J. Cutlip, Community Liaison Officer, Houston FBI. And Dr. John M. Rudley, President of Texas Southern University. As well as Joseph A. Fiorenza, Archbishop Emeritus of Galveston, Houston. Now that Judge Ed Emmett is up here on the stage with me, I'd like to go ahead and just pass it on to him so that he can share a few words here. And I know we just at our table, we were having a good little time making fun of the hunkering down verb, but this is the person who made that happen. The other half, of course, is Mayor Bill White, but we got the guy right up here right now. Hunk down.
Thank you, Wendy. And yes, we did not script this. I did get up before she expected me to get up, so that's why I was standing up here. But I was going according to my script. Gwen and I are quite honored to be here this evening. When I was first asked to participate and for Gwen and I to chair this event, we jumped at the chance for a number of reasons, not the least of which, of course, and I have a feeling the mayor is going to talk about this some too, the diversity of our community, the diversity of Harris County and the surrounding area. It's an amazing strength that we have, but it's also an amazing strength that we don't take advantage of often enough. Instead, Far too often we all go off into our communities and we don't reach across and we don't engage in the friendship and the dialogue that this dinner so well represents. But the other reason is purely personal. I'm a boy from East Texas. I grew up in the East Texas oil field. Let me fast forward several decades to when Gwen and I, who were both elders in the Presbyterian Church in Washington, D.C., got a phone call from our oldest son. And he said, I'm going to drop out of college and I'm going to India to study under a Swami. We went, oh, I can't believe this is happening. So naturally, what did I do as a good father? I jumped on an airplane. I went to India to see just what kind of odd cult my son was getting into. And instead, I've become fast friends with Swami Parthasarathi. And I've come to have this great, rich appreciation for India, the culture, Hinduism, Vedanta philosophy, and all of that. Along the way also, I found myself traveling around the world, dealing with international transportation matters. And anyone who's done business in other countries knows there's no right or wrong way. They're just different ways. And you'd better understand the culture before you go try and do business in another country. And by understanding the culture, it doesn't mean you have to say, well, that's right, I'm wrong, or I'm right and you're wrong. Instead, everybody has to benefit. And that's why this dinner is so important to me and to Gwen and to Harris County, and I think to all of us. And my one regret is that this dinner isn't in a ballroom 5 times this size. And it will grow. And whatever I can do to help it grow, I pledge to do that. So thank all of you for being here this evening. It's important. It's perhaps the most important thing we can do in life, and that is to maintain the friendship and the dialogue across cultural boundaries. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge Emmett. We have another special guest with us tonight, Mayor Bill White. I would like to invite him to come on up here to the stage to hear his insights about the appreciation of diversity, multicultural friendship, and fellowship that we all enjoy here in Houston. Mayor?
See, they don't put Emmett and I on the same podium because that scares the heck out of everybody. They think there's a storm coming. To my good friends Ed and Gwen, your chairs of this event, and City Controller Anise Parker, who's here, Representative Alma Allen, many elected officials. I see Archbishop Fiorenzo, President Rutley, President Ivany, and the dignitaries. I think it's a sign that we have so much of the leadership of this community here celebrating a value which is so essential for our community. There'll be little that I could add to an outstanding keynote speaker you have in Bill King, or the many table conversations from the community leaders that are represented here. By your presence, you indicate you understand how important it is that people from different faith traditions and different backgrounds understand how much more in common we have than that which separates us. I celebrate those of you who have also participated in what has been a very moving experience for Andrew and I. Bill, I know you've done it, who participate with the Interfaith Ministries and Rice Boniac Center on the Amazing Faith dinners where people basically share some background on their faith backgrounds. We concluded, I guess, our 3rd annual event with over 900 participants here just 2 weeks ago. In this world, we understand, those of us who've come from different places and are familiar with the world, what a special time and place it is in this great community when we could have dinners like this where people look forward and they celebrate. It's not a time of anxiety, but it's a time of learning and sharing experiences.